The greatest of all time called me Anthony Prime, with plans to refine the savage from the shanties with swine. Life in the city where educated goblins are gritty and shorties conceited. Best believe they vibing still with me. Kids are pill popping, falling like an anvil dropping. Minimal problems expanding from the hands on the bottle. Pouring the lean, they leaning on the poor to get richer. Black nation taxation to the core and to get ya. Corners of niggas get richer off of horse and addiction. Raw in the kitchen for paupers doing more than just sniffing. War and affliction was written, we decoding the Torah. Liquor stores on the corner, keep the potion to cure ya. Couple hours till you crash and burn. Ashes earn, cashes earn. Spend without a presser, made them larger than a pack of dirt. Space 3 times in the mirror, you might see me. Feeding the mind of people that's needing to dine easy. Keeping it tall, music for the need of all. Underdogs in the P's with the P in the hall. Raiding the kitchen, where ATF raiding your kitchen. Raising conditions of major drugs that Reagan let get in. The pagan traditions, cast a spell of hate on our children. I break it through spitting. This the realm Satan existing. Angels are singing, word to Eve, praise must be given. The same God that Adam knew he naked and hid from. Temptation, 10 nations, 1 ruler. When Satan then raises, he's gon' fool ya. Resources, archery, aim, clothing. Start to prepare, knowing where part of the game's going. Mark of the lanes, want a credit card in your brain. Karma came lightning fast like a spark in the rain. The capital gains from gaming cats has you in pain. The crashing then came, now every single stack has been drained. While you're gassed as hell with the busted ride. And the magic spells that you trusted died. We gon' bash the doors of oppressors who lied. First we crack the shells, then the nuts inside. Ha! Space money, fake honeys, stay bummy. Social media rich with a raised tummy. She takes money from 6 possible baby daddies. For Xanax, she a dick swallowing faded addict. I transform into sandstorms to block the vision of opposition. What sights on my prophet getting? Writing like prophet's vision, got me grabbing the quill. Heart light as a feather in this Amityville. House of harbor, little shopping, I'm feeding the children. G's are the killing, for weed is selling, B in your building. Poverty got us contorted like some pottery shaping. In these depths of the garden that we follow the snake in. A bunch of sides launching their cannons to conquer the planet. We're fronting like the conquerors want you to have it. Absolute power corrupts, so keep it harder than granite. Devouring chumps that wanna take yours down with the madness. And gold diggers are slutting strong, claiming their fame. While the average girl gets nutted on, taking the train. It's a savage world of something wrong, raising disdain. Praising the range from birth to death, Abel and Cain. Jealous ways of relating on the way to a rain. Niggas on their way to arraignment, adding neighbors to things. Green giant, Chagayan, that's defiant to pious leaders and tyrants with poison. The military out poison. Wars of corporate conquerors kill the core of the monster with skill, destroying the nonsense that they deploy it upon us. Major coins and absconding the ways we want to be living. You never clogging the system against circadian rhythm. Human nature in prison till every place that we live in. Nobody is seen like Arabian women. Soul zombies in prisons of D-Wave computers. Obama they give us, but we ain't making no moolah. No black business is risen or erected, just reckless. Erections that fuck us when the STD checking. Battle ready, words travel heavy through my anatomy. I got vocabulary, capillaries. Hours in, well over 100,000. Been running down with bars on niggas since the public housing. Tone space, call me Optimus Rhyme. Transform and roll out at the drop of the dime. I gotta get mine, you gotta get yours, even with firearms. Surviving strong on our way back to Iacon.
There's not enough energy in these conductors to last a cortex.
Well, at least we found these, Wheeljack.
And when these run out?
Can't worry about that now. Hey, let's get back to Iacon.
Transform past the norm to evade the storm. 1976, a slave was born. No longer gotta give a change cause we buying our own. And we ain't trying to take them off, shit, we trying them on. Think of that, we on our own shit. You get a job and an ugly ass wife and start talking like you grown, bitch. running your money up. Buying motherfucking Dick and Jordans, and I know somebody got that nasty bitch recording. Oh Lord, I think you all should stay in your place. Ain't got no time for friendly friends, always up in my face. Always drinking and smoking, but never really doing shit to try to get a better drop and try to hit a fucking lick. This is my vortex, and you I had to be. Law of attraction created my reality. I'm the truth, nigga, and that's no lie. And your girl want this beef with no fries.
My chopper kick like a jackass, you jackass. We die young cause we living too fast. With titans I clash, niggas tryna murder my ass. I'm clapping anything that cross my path. Survival of the fittest. The kick your body, Lord, I'm so tempted. Heat pop, leave a nigga disfigured. If I lose my cool, guarantee you lose a family member. Street sour, that's why XO got their bitter. Fuck a rope, now they use a law to hang a nigga. Cage a nigga, we modern day slaves, my nigga. Went from picking cotton, singing Negro spirituals to copping a plea, hoping they don't throw the book at you. What the fuck am I supposed to do? I gotta eat some, selling poison for revenue, busting a shell or two. Take heed to what I'm telling you. The industry is a pimp, and I refuse to be a fucking prostitute. So I rap about my damn life, it's for your entertainment. But shit ain't sweet when you on that corner hanging. Selling out the crib will only get your shit rated. I hustle cause daddy don't make child support payments, and mommy's not working and no one's hiring me. And my belly and my fridge are both on empty. So I'm in the kitchen whipping up a special recipe, praying that it takes my ass up out of poverty. But it feels like I'm selling my soul honestly. Man, fuck the world, who are you to judge me?
Don't get your frame transformed, then your brain pushed back. Or for what you looking at. Now, they find your ass chopped up, saran wrapped to that in a rusty hatchback. Stung in the bumblebee, better being humbly. Both know you tight, pussy, don't even fuck with me. Break your hymen, bitch, pop and get you pregnant. Stomach full of buckshot, still have you hesitant. Tech will leave you hesitant. I rock motherfuckers, so bring the motherfucking ruckus. There's a price to pay to play punk, so don't ever wonder. Catch a Louisville slugger to the head, to the neck, get locked, jaw fucking with the top dog. Fuck around, grab the Smith & Wesson out the top drawer. Cause helter skelter, only God can help you. I'm a step beyond Decepticon, the shit I'm on. Bucktown, Brooknown.
I got something to say. Stun guys when sun rising like the coming of day. Rain with the music, the truest rain heritage music. Send you to a planet of junk if you dare to be stupid. We killed a grand poobah, my neighborhood was filled with manure. Buildings and ruins, young kids selling krills to the losers. Hatred is growing, we stopping at the spaces be open. To make you see me take the lead once the matrix is open. Latex is broken, now when you bunch with babies they hold it. The state keep them floating and pay them if they raise it with no man. Guns come to play from mediocre funds of the slaves. Where your darkest hour that will turn you gunmetal gray. We live in the bowels of hoods where the kids are too wild. You said you like a war story, well you're living one now. The Bible's the truest, survivalist and wisest will use it to crack the code and turn the pages to this icon music. Tears in my pen, emotions keep me lyrically meant. Tone space, is that you? Here is a hint, trumpets are blowing, commandments from the sun we beholding. While the faithless ain't convinced without something to show them, they run with the program. 3-digit numbers control man, cast away into the haze once the covenant's broken. We run with emotion, logic fails when guns are unloaded. You under the ocean, from prime waves, none remain floating. Icon.
Looking over retarded, looking over retarded, looking over retarded, looking over retarded. Welcome to the Terror Dome, light is up, getting more loud than a megaphone. Get your synth on, single niggas like a hit song. After violating, knock them out, then they get pissed on. Pop up like it's magic hands, quicker than a car trick. Get murdered by the music, now you looking over retarded. I be hooking off the hardest. Tap your pockets right after I mush you on a bump bench. Hard stand, scary nigga, shitting on his garments. Law reciprocity, you get it how you want it. I'ma beat you till your body limps. Slap you sick, going out for bitches that you not gon' get. Rockin' shit, that's a bum rush, you ain't stopping it. Pop your lip and leave you lumped up like a sloppy shit. Snot and spit, flying out your face like a rocket ship. I make you pull them dollars out the rabbit got rocket lit. Looking over retarded, looking over retarded. How you talking shit to me? Looking over retarded, looking over retarded, looking over retarded. Spazzing on your bitch ass got me. Looking over retarded, looking over retarded, looking over retarded. How you talking shit to me? Looking over retarded, looking over retarded, looking over retarded. Pulling up so fresh, you got me. Looking over retarded. I'ma dance like a hillbilly squaring up. Triangle circle round your eyes when your head is touched. Like the octagon, get wrecked when you tangle with me. Big lion roaring at your bitch, at you bagel pussy. I got got no icon for ya. I just let these 17s do the stomp on ya. Dancing on your fat, flabby body like Parishnagar. Shit your drawers, you're in no condition trying to piss me off. Fuck a freestyle, pushing me to be violent. Foaming at the mouth, niggas see me in the streets wildin'. I done made the white shake like chicken flour. I will fry niggas, flip mode like nah nigga. Pop with the vid can, made niggas drip fit. Staring at the rear view, a clear view to 9 figures. Still will put them head cracks in you on sight. When I get retarded, Craig Max single.
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
How you talking shit to me?
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
Spazzing on your bitch ass got me.
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
How you talking shit to me?
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
Pulling up so fresh, you got me.
Looking all retarded.
It's all over, why get me mad? That's a no-no. Small shoulders, wide hips, looking like a bozo. Frog face, fucker, 2 jacks, make you slowly roll. Hook, uppercut, lift you high, that's an overdose. If he touched them in Wall Street, run him off a Hart Street, faster than his heartbeat. I book a plane flight, lay his ass out the same night, make the bump drop, watch him pull up like a gumdrop. These are cold facts, leave you shivering on cold facts. Hold that, nigga, hold that. Old woman body still complete up in a hot flash. You don't want no part, so I came to whip your whole ass. Still praise the Most High, don't try me. I will twist your body like a bow tie. Fruit of this palm, smack the seeds out your watermelon. Corner fellas looking at you funny, they wanna tell them.
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
How you talking shit to me?
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
Spazzing on your bitch ass got me.
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
How you talking shit to me?
Looking all retarded, looking all retarded, looking all retarded.
Pulling up so fresh, you got me.
Looking all retarded.
All right. What's poppin'? What's happening? Tone Space back again with another play and reply. I see that the voice and the visuals are still not in sync. I'm sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm future man. My voice is in the future. My words are even past my own sentient being. That the shit is so nice and precise and nice like that. Could splice any device on a mic device or whatever, right? Just heard I did a little intro with 3 tracks. We got Iacon, we got the Iacon remix with L. Port City, my homie Brooklyn Damien and myself, of course. And then we got Looking All Retarded, all 3 tracks produced by me. Obviously, Iacon in the remix had a sample. Looking All Retarded had no samples. I composed all that shit except for the obvious vocal voice samples or whatever, right? Anyway, whatever it is what it is, yo. Welcome to another Play and Reply. This comes on the heels of, I think it was the first joint I did in this little series I'm doing, where I did a play and reply off of Tommy Sotomayor. Now, after doing that, I got not a big flux, but a little bit of a few people hitting me back on some, I don't know, contentious shit, thinking that I'm like D-rodding him and all this other stuff, all this BS. So they sent me this other clip and wanted to know what I think about this that I'm about to play in a minute. But first I want to say, you know what? Followism could work in both ways, in different ways. If followism ain't a word, it sure the heck is now. So followism could work in both ways. So all of y'all that talk about Tommy and the Soto Nation, the Soto Zombie Nation, whatever you want to call it, and them being followers, well, guess what? The movement of people that, you know, have a hard-on or a wetness about going against them over any and everything, that's a movement to follow too. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just here to say, just as a quick disclaimer, or I don't know what they call it, your monologue or whatever the heck you want to call it, little quick, get that out the way right fast. I'm here to say that, yeah, I'm not a followism or a follower on any aspect of anything. I'm just a regular guy, a thinking man that uses logic. And, you know, I watch these people, you know, I enjoy a lot of their content. Some stuff people I agree with, some stuff I do not. So, you know, I take the good, chew the good, ingest the good, swallow the good, shit out the bad. You know what I'm saying? Or just don't even ingest the bad in the first place. That's just the way I look at it, because, whew, I think every human being is flawed and faulty. And especially when you're coming on camera and you're sharing your life and your perspective and everything, not everyone's going to agree with everybody. It's like you really got to come to realize that. I think the more we stop looking for perfection in the people that we watch or that are influential with everyone and everything. The more we stop looking for perfection, the better we'll be, the less critical we'll be, and the more down to the grit and bones of the whole matter we will be as far as the matters, the talking points, the doctrine, you know what I'm saying, the information and stuff like that. Which is kind of ironic because at the same time, a lot of times these people that we watch, your Tommy Sotomayor, you're this one, you're that one, Umar Johnson, whatever, Tariq, whoever it is, a lot of times that idol worship or expecting these people to be perfect is a lot of time what gets a big following anyway. You know what I'm saying? They really prop you up on like a stage of where you can do no wrong, and I guess that's where you get your, your blind zombies or whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, whether you're like a true version of a fan, which comes from the word fanatic, and you're fanatic about all these people or whatever, and they can do no wrong, if you're part of that clique, or if you're part of the clique that's hypercritical because you think they should be able to do no wrong, but then when you see them do wrong, you gotta nitpick about it and have petitions about it and stuff like that. When you just realize at the end of the day, these people are people like myself, like you that's watching, they're human beings. You know what I'm saying? Human beings are faulty. No such thing as perfection. That's why perfection exists as a thing, because it's only something that you could look at to strive to become. Like if people were perfect, perfection wouldn't exist. But that'll get into a whole nother warped philosophy and theology in itself. So enough of the rambling and shit. So I just want to say that, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a man responding to shit at the end of the day. It ain't no hate for anybody. It ain't no zombie like extra love for anybody. You know what I'm saying? It's just responding to shit. And someone brought this to my attention, like I said, kind of in a contentious way. Well, let's see what you have to say about this. So I went into it looking at it, and I'm like, it's probably some old shit that, somebody's taking out of context or whatever. But sure, I'm game. I'll check it out, and sure, I'll do a little play and reply on it. It's a little clip from this CD Fury guy that puts up expose videos on people such and such. And just recently, actually, I believe Tariq Nasheed has put a behind the scenes, or what's he call it, an expose video on this CD Fury person himself. You know what I'm saying? So basically, he's got a whole bunch of different clips from Tommy Sotomayor, pointing out things that he said that may seem off or faulty or whatever. Now, this one in particular, I did watch it, and I will say, I will give the person that showed this or sent this my way some credit, because it is one of them hold up, wait a minute moments when I heard what he said. So we're just going to play it real quick, and I'm going to chop it up about it. Let's go.
I'm weird when it comes to, you can call it weird. You can call it weird, my train of thought, but like if I ever go to jail for raping a woman I didn't rape, the first thing I'm gonna do when I get out of jail?
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, then don't. I'm just telling you, if I'm gonna go to jail for an act, I'm going to do the act. You're not gonna send me to.
That's why I was afraid to ask.
I'm telling you, you're not gonna in my life like this. We keep allowing women carte blanche to with people.
Stop.
It's not cool to be with people.
Brother Tommy. So if you go to jail for rape, you are now licensed when you come out of jail to
I'm not licensed. I'm gonna go to jail for doing what I was sent to jail for that I didn't do. You're not gonna do that to me.
That's rape.
That I went to jail for 10 years because you lied, and I'm supposed to come out and just let you live? No! I would never.
Okay, that was a whole lot to digest there. Oh boy, how do I approach this one? I'm just gonna do it off the cuff, off the top of the head, and it be as truthful as I possibly can. Yo, dude, that was wild. Tommy, that was wild right there. That was wild crazy. That was wild crazy right there. And I'm someone that actually, when people play your clips and play you out of context and stuff like that, because I'll give an example in a minute of something that people go on and routinely talk about. Oh, he actually said this, but really I have a feeling that it was meant to be translated another way. I'll get to that in a minute. But let's examine this right here. He's saying that if a woman specifically, because the main point he was talking about is about women getting away with jamming up men in jail and shit like that, right? So if a woman lies on you and claims that you raped her and you have to go to jail and do time for that, when you come out, you're going to commit the act upon her in which she falsely got you locked up for. Now I gotta say it like that because just to be as fair and thorough as possible, nowhere in this clip did Tommy actually say the words, if you lock me up for rape, when I get out, I'm going to go rape you for the false allegation that you put on me so I could get locked up for rape for real this time. Nowhere did he say that specifically. However, from that audio clip I just played, it is heavily implied, in my opinion, in my, my diagnosis of this audio clip, it's heavily implied that you meant that you would then rape that woman that falsely locked your ass up for rape. Now this is crazy. First, I want to say this. I understand the overall message of what you're trying to say. You're basically saying, shit, if a woman puts a false charge on you as a man, just bogusly, just to jam you up, just to destroy and mess up your life, then shit, when you get out, you're gonna actually do to her that very thing that she falsely accused you of, right? So in a general sense, I get that. But in the sense of rape specifically, there's just no way I could process that and have an understanding for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give another example. Let's say, it could even still be a woman. Let's say a woman gets a man locked up for claiming that he robbed her for $1 million, right? He didn't rob her for no $1 million. She claimed that he tried to rob her for $1 million. He goes to jail. He does a little time. He gets out. Now, and then he has this mentality. So what does he do? He gets his gun, his hammers, or credit card fraud, or whatever to get into her bank account, and actually does rob her for that $1 million, right? That I could understand. That I could mentally process, because what she's accusing you of then is something that actually brings a gain to you. She accused you of robbing her for $1 million. $1 million would be a monetary gain. There's something where I could see a man would want that $1 million. I'm not co-signing robbing people for money. I'm just logically, breaking this down and processing it. I can understand $1 million in possession of someone as being a good thing that someone would want. So she accuses you of trying to rob her for that $1 million. You didn't do it. You go to jail. You like, shit, you know what? For all this time I'm doing shit, when I get out, I'm going to get that $1 million. That's a come up. You get out of jail, you actually rob her for $1 million. Okay, I understand that because there is a gain for you. There is monetary gain. Hypothetical situation number 2. A woman accuses you of trying to kill her. You get locked up. You didn't try to kill her. She accused you of trying to kill her. You go to jail, you do time, you come out. And you say, I'm going to kill this bitch. You know what I'm saying? And you go and either kill her or try to kill her. Now, again, no way am I endorsing this or saying I understand trying to kill someone just due to a false accusation. No, I would not necessarily operate like this. But for the sake of this mode of thinking of committing the act upon her, which she falsely accused you of, then, all right, you kill her. So under that premise, I can understand that in this hypothetical situation. Why? Because the come up now is revenge. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna accuse me of trying to kill you. I go to jail, I do time, I come out, I'm gonna kill this one bitch right here. You know what I'm saying? Because your I guess the satisfaction will be revenge, right? However, now let's look at the specific hypothetical that was expressed between Tommy Sotomayor and Brother Polite. All right, a woman accuses you of rape. You did not rape her. You go to jail. You come out. You do time. So, from what was implied, you're saying that you would then rape her. It's even hard for me to even say that. You would then rape her because it's like, shit, you're going to accuse me of this? I come out, I'm going to do that. Now, the way I look at it is like there's no benefit or anything in me, as me personally, if this was me, that I would even want to do that. If I wanted vengeance upon her, I do not see myself sexually raping her. It's and you did say you kind of weird, or your mode of thinking is weird, which honestly I think the mode of thinking of giving the retribution for what they accused you of in the first place, I don't even think that modality is weird, but it being actual rape specifically, I do think is a bit skewed. So I'm trying to put myself in this situation. So I come out of jail, I want to get revenge on this bitch, or I want to come up. See, yeah, it's like the rape doesn't fit either one of those categories. It doesn't fit the vengeance. I guess in a sense it would, because by raping her, she would be assaulted in a very disgusting, foul way. However, that's too foul for me to be able to do. And there's definitely no benefit. Like with $1 million, that's a come up. What, you get some sex, but you get it from an unwilling participant? Like, yeah, it just seems like it doesn't fit any of those come ups. Like it wouldn't work for the vengeance, for the revenge, and it wouldn't work for a personal come up. You know, like, I mean, now I'm a man, like anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I probably could get, you know, nice and excited down there if the wind blows in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? Shit, looking at TV, watching the Weather Channel. Shit, turn on some old shows. Nell Carter on there. Oh, word. You know what I'm saying? Fucking Benson. I hear you. Listening to Krause. Oh, word, you hear me, huh, baby? Well, I'm coming upstairs. You know what I'm saying? You know, I think it was the episode of The Jeffersons where Weezy was about to break up with George. You know what I'm saying? Watch that shit, fantasizing that I'm, you know, going down to the help center and, you know, catching Weezy in one of the back rooms and getting busy or something. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. Like, I'm a man like everybody else. Like, you know, just the fact of being gender of woman is you know what I'm saying, is a good thing. So get turned on by, you know, anything feminine, but not, you know, when it's forced. Like, I don't know. It no comprende. Like I don't get it. Maybe some other men could help me out, because at the same time, I've had a lot of friends that would talk about, you know, angry sex with their woman, or, you know, even you know, it's a common thing. Sexual tension is a common thing where we've seen it recently on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Where two parties, man or woman, they're going at each other. Heated arguments, this and that, boom, boom, boom. They get in each other's presence and they realize that all that shit was just sexual tension, and they get busy. So I could kind of see that. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of men that are able to have sex with a woman that they despise or hate. Like that's a weird type of social dynamic, you know what I'm saying? But it's common. You know, I'm not saying that in itself is wrong, like, you know, hate sex or angry sex. I'm sure a lot of men in the comments could, you know, co-sign that and say, well, it's because of blah, 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 blah. I totally get it. It doesn't really float my boat like that, but I totally understand that. But even in hate sex, it's still mutual. It's, you know, it's that weird dynamic between man and woman where, you know, they could be angry at each other, but the underlying thing is a strong attraction. You know what I'm saying? But mutual attraction. Man wants woman, woman wants man. They get in each other's presence and mutually they do their thing. Like, I just don't see how taking the sex from a woman has any benefit for the man. Like, you know, like I said, I could get excited when the wind blows, but I cannot see. I'm being totally honest. I'm 100% certain that there's no way I could even get it up raping a woman. I'm just going to say it blunt like that. I'm super solid and sure that I would not even be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why me hearing that, you know, that's kind of weird. So it's like, there's no come up. There's nothing in it for me. Shit, I wouldn't even be able to get hard. And the vengeance thing, I wouldn't be willing to put myself through such a disgusting act just to get revenge on this woman that had me locked up for saying that I raped her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, that one's kind of weird to me. So, you know, the person that sent this, yeah. But, you know, at the same time, I ain't trying to be like, oh, you a scumbag, stuff like that. I mean, everyone got their own reality, everyone got their own perspective and stuff like that. It'll be nice to get some more insight or understanding, you know, to what time you meant. And another important detail, another important detail, is this was only a short clip. It was only a clip of what, maybe a minute max? So, you know, it was an excerpt from another show. So even though as I heard it, and contextually it sounds like what Tommy is saying, is that in this situation he would then rape the woman that falsely accused him of rape. To be fair, they may have well been talking about it for a few more minutes with him and Brother Polite, and they may be more to the story that this clip doesn't really have to put the shit in its full context. I don't know, but everything as is, yeah, that does sound kind of crazy. Like yeah, I can't relate to that one. But one thing I will say, especially on on the heels of the what's her name, Jasmine Elin woman that supposedly got assaulted at the club and this and that and what's going on, it does bring about a very interesting thing. Like, and I might do a long video, maybe even a live about this. Like, we men, we are in a messed up position of having to distinguish the difference between don't stop and don't stop. You know what I'm saying? It's so fluid. It's fluid is the idea of consent to the pushback of no, you better not. You know what I'm saying? It's so skewed, you know? And I was saying, like, when I did the thing on the Big Facts podcast, I said, look, I don't even think it's a fair position that we're in, you know, as men, with women being able to pretty much turn us on to the brink of, you know what I'm saying, of doing the do or whatever, and then pulling back. It may not be fair, but at the same time, as men, we just have to have that control. We have that burden of having to have the control. Women, those are the wild, crazy, emotional ones. You know, us men are supposed to be the calm, cool, collected, composed Bond, James Bond type motherfuckers. It just is what it is. It may not always be fair, but that's what it is. It's the burden, you know, that we have. And I'm trying to get my thoughts together. But you know, it's crazy. Perfect example. This shirt I got right on. Let me make sure y'all can read what the things say. Do you even twerk? So, you know, let's say I'm outside rocking this shirt, whatever, and some chick in the street just decides to, you know, back it on up on me and, you know what I'm saying, answer the question physically or whatever, right? And, you know, I'm getting into it. I'm digging it. I'm liking it. And the next thing you know, I decide to, you know what I mean, smack her butt cheeks a little bit. Then she runs and calls a police officer and I get locked up for sexual assault on some Tupac squeeze the butt type shit. You know what I'm saying? Even though she was choking it all up on me. Just like with Pac, if that was a real situation. Just like with Pac, you know, supposedly filleted him. Is that a word? Filleted him on the dance floor and everything. And then I grabbed her butt cheeks, jammed him up. You know what I'm saying? It's very unfair. It's very unfair. It's very messed up. But the fact of the matter is that's the world that we live in. And, you know, it's on us. We gotta have like extra out this world insane type of control, especially in an over-sex society where they subtly throw sex in our face everywhere. The diets, everything we have, they speed up time. You know what I'm saying? They give our attention span no more than like a couple of seconds in the flashing images on YouTube, this video, that overload of information. A lot of sex in that overload of information along with it, stirring us all up, stirring the women all up. You know what I'm saying? But the women could get a little more stirred up because they kind of have the liberty to just do what they want. Go to the club, no panties, whatever. Hey, summertime, even not having, New York is legal for women to, you know, rock their titties out and stuff. Be outside, no bra, titties all hanging and, you know, looking at dudes seductively, backing it up on some strange men and all this. Like they got a lot of liberties. So all the over-sexing that they give us in our minds to beat us in the head with that, hey, they could run rampant. But soon as a man does something that is, you know, seemingly a little bit out of pocket, then we're jammed up. And to be honest, I don't think it's fair to the extent of where it is. However, fair or not, it just is what it is. And the burden is on us to have that mega control. We got to be the James Bond of the thing. You know what I'm saying? And really be composed and, you know what I'm saying, like Spock or something. You know, yeah, I think he had like sex one time every 7 years. It's almost like that with us. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of crazy. But back to this video. Yeah. Let me play that one more time. I mean, I played it a couple times before I did the video. But we'll run it back one more time. Because, you know, I just wanted to make sure I understood the context and everything that was said and all that. Let's go.
And perversion is very prevalent in the black community. And after viewing these following clips, we can conclude that Tommy is part of the problem.
I'm weird when it comes to you can call it weird. You can call it weird, my train of thought, but like if I
call it weird, my train of thought. There's a distinction I want to make. The train of thought of wanting to bestow upon a woman that falsely accuses you something that in which they falsely accused you on some vengeful shit, I don't think that in itself is too weird, to be honest with you. I may not necessarily rock out like that. I'm not really a big guy on revenge and stuff like that. I think success is the best revenge. You just keep it moving, be productive, because you know you fuck around trying to get vengeance on someone, especially in an example like this. You know what I'm saying? You do upon them the thing they accused you of, and then you're even in worse trouble than before. So it's like they win anyway. So the best thing is out of sight, out of mind. Keep on moving, keep producing, keep succeeding and shit like that. However, I can understand that way of thinking. Shit, you're gonna falsely accuse me of this? Well, I'm gonna do this.
I ever go to jail for raping a woman I didn't rape, you know what the first thing I'm gonna do when I get out of jail?
But the specifics of doing the actual action of rape, of after being falsely accused of rape, it wouldn't even be possible. You know what I'm saying? My joint is just not gonna move for no taking of the pussy from anybody. It's just not possible. I can't even fathom being able to do that. And I'm 100% sure. It ain't like I'm 99% sure. You know, it might move a little bit. No, this shit's gonna, you know, shit might try to sink into my belly button or some old crazy shit. Not like it can, but, you know, I hear stories of, you know, when you get scared, it gets a little, fuck it. But yeah, it's just not possible. You know what I mean? My shit will probably fall off first.
I'm afraid to ask.
Well, then don't. I'm just telling you. If I'm going to go to jail for an act, I'm going to do the act. You're not going to send me to.
That's why I was afraid to ask.
I'm telling you, you're not going to in my life like this. We keep allowing women carte blanche to people.
Stop.
We keep allowing women carte blanche to fuck with people. Again, that point, I still think is very solid. Like the overall point, besides the specifics of revenge rape, I can fuck with. You know? Shit, matter of fact, one of my real good friends, he did like a year or two, I think it was. He got accused of, I don't know if the term was actually rape or if it was just sexual assault. But as he told me, what happened is, you know, he got with a chick. He was like rocking out with her outside her car or something, you know what I'm saying? You know, he had a lot of women and stuff like that. So, you know, he did his 1-2 thing, and I think it was her birthday, right? And after the fact, the police and everyone were looking for him, and yeah, she filed a charge on him. And as he explained it to me, it was because he did not give her anything for her birthday. So she felt used. So they get together, they mutually have sex on her birthday, whatever. He bounces, she bounces, whatever. Later, she gets in her feelings that he didn't get her anything for her birthday, and then decides to retroactively consider that having been raped. Now, that's some crazy shit. That's some very, very crazy shit. And that's an example of what I'm talking about the shit not being fair. You know, it's not always fair for us, and the burden, you know what I'm saying, the heavy burden of composure that we gotta wear. Now, what could he have done in that situation? It's really hard to say, because how you gonna like pre-know that? You know, she's horny, she wants it, you're there, you're giving it to her. How you supposed to know, like, yo, don't get this bitch a gift, she's gonna, you know, get me jammed up for rape in a month or two. You know what I'm saying? You can't really tell. I mean, the best advice I could say, which is something I try to practice, is just stay out of like crazy, weird, abrupt, loose sexual activity situations. That's the best advice I could say. You know what I'm saying? The more out there and wild and spontaneous it is, the more broad and open is the chance for that woman to jam you up on some other stupid shit. Perfect example, that Jasmine Elin thing. Even though there's a lot of different twists and turns to that story, I don't even know what to think with that anymore after seeing all these different pieces of evidence and stuff, both against the idea that he raped her and pro the idea that he raped her. But let's just say hypothetically, let's just give a hypothetical. This married woman, she's there, no panties, she's backing it up on him. You got his Do You Even Twerk shirt on, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? She's, you know, doing this, kissing on his neck, he kissing on her neck, whatever. She might even whisper, yeah, you gonna do it, da-da-da-da, something like that. He slips it in. I ain't trying to be all soft porn graphic, I'm just trying to really explain this, paint a picture. He slips it in, you know what I'm saying? One, you know, yeah, I'm getting all soft porny. He's doing this thing for a little bit, and she's actually with it. Now, I don't know if this is how it happened, but it's possible. She's actually with it. Yet she's drunk off her mind, still got her phone in hand, so she ain't totally knocked out. She with it, she went with it and everything, and then maybe some point in the middle of it came out that don't stop. Because no matter what, she still did say those words on camera, At what point during the situation she said that, I don't know. Like I said, so much has come out with this story. But, you know, the first couple seconds or minutes could have been consensual, and then she could have said, don't stop. And shoot, he might have stopped, but it just might have taken him, you know, a couple seconds. I mean, you already got him like charged to this point. So it's very unfair, you know, the onus and responsibility that we have to try to avoid these situations. But back to the advice that I'm saying is avoid those situations in clubs with women with no panties. You know what I'm saying? Dancing up on you, doing all this, that. Have everything as contained and good as possible. You know what I'm saying? As consensual as you possibly can have it. My advice is have sex with your wife, because then you know that it's gonna be consensual. You know what I mean? But I know a lot of people ain't really trying to hear that in this you know, nice little party world that we living in. But so if you ain't trying to hear that, then the best I could say is limit your wild, spontaneous situations as best as you possibly can. You know, because like I said, my man got jammed up. He didn't buy a homegirl a birthday present. You know, so, you know, this shit's kind of crazy. But yeah, that's that. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what y'all think. Tommy, excuse me, Tommy, if this happens to come across you and you know you want to chop it up about it, you know what I'm saying? You could let me know where you was coming from with that. You know, maybe let me know more the context after, because, you know, this was just one clip taken out. You know what I'm saying? I don't really know what it is. Or anyone else that are, you know, pro-Tommy people, if y'all want to explain the shit, or anti-Tommy people, if y'all want to explain it, or, you know, say whatever. But just don't expect me to just start following any cause, whether it's the zombie cause that people say is going on, or if it's the, you know, bring them down cause. I'm just my own man that watches motherfuckers on YouTube and has opinions and, you know, takes the good and throws out the bad. That's the best way I could explain it. I'm on my own shit. I ain't, you know, part of any clique or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but I did want to say something else, like all right, I'll give an example of another thing that Tommy was in that people said was kind of weird, and how I actually thought it to possibly be something different. They said something he said about his daughter. He told his daughter, don't go to another man's house unless you're effing him. Now, he's saying that to the broad general audience. My opinion, I have no idea. I don't know if he said these words verbatim to her. However, my opinion is he's probably just saying it like this: don't go to no man's house unless you effing him, just to, you know, use the colloquialisms to the general audience, because he's speaking in general terms to general people. However, the actual conversation with his daughter may have went a little bit differently. It might be like, look, do not go to any man's house if that man is not your boyfriend or your husband. Something to think about. But, you know, a lot of times we like to do what's intellectually convenient. You know what I'm saying? Find the nearest thing. Just take things at face value as we see it. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, sometimes it takes a little more processing to think like, well, shit, did it really go down like that? Now, I don't know. He may have said those exact words. I don't know. I'm just putting that out there. That, you know, a lot of times, so many different things that people just look for the most convenient thing to say. Just like me with this racist woman that called one man a monkey and then called me a monkey too. You know what I'm saying? And I brought out the distinction that, well, shit, to her probably all black people are monkey, because this man's on the a different side of the black spectrum than me on the lighter side, him on the darker side. So just because I bring out that distinction, all of a sudden is, oh, you think you too light-skinned to be called a monkey? Where do you get that? Yet at the same time, it's intellectually convenient and lazy to come to that conclusion. You see me, a bright motherfucker on the screen and everything, pointing out that now I'm a monkey too, and all of a sudden, oh, I'm so surprised. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm light. How dare you call me a monkey? Sure, it's easy to just come to that conclusion because it's, you know, it's in your face. You could just like do it off the cuff. But yeah, if you actually take some time to think and see how I am and what I'm about, you know, you could tell that it just does not fit in the context of what I was talking about. Wasn't talking about that at all. Wasn't surprised at all that she happened to add me to the monkey crew or whatever. It is what it is. But, you know, I could go on and on. I'll do more videos about, you know, intellectual laziness and a whole bunch of other stuff and everything. So I don't want to chop it up about this. So if anybody got opinions about this particular clip, and Tommy, if you want to go a little more into it or whatever, and let me know what's going on, because I just not feeling you on that. I don't see any way where rape is a come up or worth doing something to get vengeance upon someone. Like that would destroy, if I were able to do it, which I'm not even able to do it, but if I were able to physically do that, I think that shit would destroy me beyond measure. Like, yeah, that shit just ain't happening, fam. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later.